Transmission on secure frequency.
Cyberpunk 2077 is released, and, well, it's been a bumpy launch, to say the least. Now is the perfect time for you to go back to Syndicate. Developed by Starbreeze Studios and released back in 2012. This game is a bit of a hidden gem since it only sold around 150,000 copies when released, and has been forced even further into obscurity by the later release of Assassin's Creed Syndicate that has completely cornered the market on any SEO results involving the word Syndicate. Seriously, it's almost impossible to find anything about this game nowadays. Syndicate is a failed reboot of the old '93 Bullfrog series of the same name, which likely played a part in the poor sales. The only people familiar with the franchise weren't all that happy with it being turned into yet another first-person EA shooter. Syndicate takes place in a future where governments are neutered and powerless and borders are meaningless. It's the corporations that reign supreme and they rule with an iron fist. Thanks to tech developed by Eurocorp, one of the game's corporate superpowers, the Haves are implanted with a DART chip that allows access to the Dataverse and connects one to their preferred corporation. The Have-Nots are locked out of the Dataverse and are looked down upon as the dregs of humanity. The corporations themselves look to expand power and influence. War is replaced by corporate espionage and soldiers are replaced by agents. Enhanced enforcers equipped with bleeding-edge cybernetic implants that make them smarter, faster, and, raddest of all, able to hack with their minds. You are faceless, voiceless Eurocorp agent Miles Kilo. You're yet another silent protagonist, which is a bummer, considering all the star power that this game has behind it. You spend the game surrounded by the talents of Brian Cox, Rosario Dawson, and Michael Wincott, all of which deliver a solid performance, making it all the more jarring when your character has nothing to say. Maybe it was Starbreeze's way of making you feel like a cog in the machine, or maybe all that star power blew out the budget and they couldn't afford a fourth voice actor.
Attention passengers. Due to local security problems, this train will continue.
Shit, that's not where we're going. Come on, gotta breach the controls. Let's go. Sir, Aspari Security. Situation is under control. You can step out.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were...
This is where we want to go. Here.
This game is a perfect encapsulation of the corporate warfare you'd expect from a William Gibson novel. Opposing factions send sweeper teams out to persuade, kidnap, or kill the competition's best scientists and researchers. The battlefield is everywhere, and there are no innocent bystanders, only unarmed combatants. Whether you're on the train, at the office, or in the club, if you find yourself in the way of an opposing agent, you'll pay with your life. The gameplay has a rhythm similar to Max Payne. There's no diving through the air, but activating your dart overlay provides the player with bullet time, health recovery, and increased offense and defense. The movement speed and the momentum feels like a sweet spot between the lumbering of Guerrilla Games' Killzone and the effortless speed of a modern Call of Duty. Kilo is agile, but still has a satisfying momentum. The gunplay is fast and frenetic. The weapons are diverse with their own unique feel. You have your standard pistol, shotgun, assault, and sniper rifles, but you also get a chance to wield a swarm rocket launcher, flamethrower, and you know that rad gun that Gary Oldman had in The Fifth Element? Yeah, you get to use that too. And while that's entertaining enough, when used in conjunction with the different hacking abilities, the combat makes you feel like the highly capable agent that you are. It's like a slightly more grounded scene from The Matrix as you spin the game sprinting, sliding into cover, and hacking while gunning down foes. As far as graphics go, this game looks pretty good for a 7th generation video game. The character models are easily recognizable as their voice actors, and if you're looking for cyberpunk visuals, you're in the right place. Golden cityscapes, towering structures, flying cars, building-sized billboards, and all of this contrasted with the grunge of the down zone, where the unchipped are forced to live. Its claustrophobic alleys congested with trash and bodies, full of squalor and the dejected. The only bright spot being the neon beckoning the unchipped to numb their problems with vice. The only real downside to the presentation is Starbreeze's bizarre fascination with bloom. There are parts of the game where it's so bad, it's difficult to make out what's in front of you. Syndicate is a masterclass of sound design. There's a visceral realism to the firearms, with even the pistol's report having a satisfying thud. Each gun sounds distinct and lethal, with the heavier weapons nearly overwhelming my surround sound. The minigun in particular being an auditory onslaught that brought a smile to my face every time I equipped it. Equally satisfying are the crispy, crunchy synth noises that accompany your dart's functions. Kilo attempting to hack a fellow agent is especially enjoyable. If it isn't painfully obvious, I highly recommend Syndicate to everyone. It is a criminally overlooked cyberpunk shooter. If you still have a PS3 or Xbox 360 sitting around, you owe it yourself to pick up a copy. They are cheap and plentiful. It's also available on PC, but only on the EA Origin store.
I have a lot of confidence in you, Kilo. Once this unfortunate business has been taken care of, we're going to have a little chat about your future. And from where I'm standing, it looks bright. Very bright.